Hi parents, I'm Dr. Garza, principal here at Wilson Elementary. I wanted to get back to you about our return to school plan and some more specific details as to how we're going to be doing this when we return. As you know, on Monday, November the 9th, we are expecting our pre-K through second grade students, and on Monday, November the 16th, we're expecting our third through fifth grade students. Parents, just so you know, we have worked very diligently to get ready for the safe return of all of our students. Remember, at Macallan ISD, our goal is to ensure that our employees, our students, and our staff are safe, and we're trying to reduce the risk of COVID in our community and in our school. So parents, I want to let you know that we will be conducting daily screenings. One way that we're going to be doing it is on Skyward. So parents, we will be showing you, we will have parent meetings tomorrow for all parents of children that are returning to school. So we will be conducting several meetings throughout the day tomorrow with every single grade level to go over everything with you in more detail. We also will be checking temperatures. So if you drop off your children in the morning, we're going to have 3 people on duty, so please be patient with us as we check temperatures and ensure that everybody has a temperature below 100.0 degrees. If a child has a temperature above 100.0, we will be sending them home, so please expect that. The best screening done is when you screen at home, parents. So if you already know that your child has a temperature, they will not be allowed in school, so I do recommend that you keep them at home. We want to reduce the risk of spread, and we are going to be also checking for any symptoms that are related to COVID-19. Some of the symptoms, as you know, are the loss of taste or smell, cough, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, fatigue, headaches, chills, sore throat, congestion, runny nose, exaggerated shivering, muscle pain or ache, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting. If your child has any of these symptoms, parents, I recommend you just keep them at home. Remember, they won't be counted absent if they participate from home as well. We do have students that are still participating remotely, and it's quite all right for you to keep them just to be safe and make sure that you're okay to return. If you have any questions whether or not you should return or bring your child back, please call us. You can speak to the nurse, and the nurse will guide you with further direction on that. Parents, I want you to know that we have created an isolation room. I do have photos, and we will be presenting those in our plans tomorrow, and I did do a recording as well. I want you to see what our isolation room looks like. Our isolation room has space for 4 students who will be separated by curtains, and they will be sitting in their area until their parent picks them up, and that's if they have any symptoms that are related to COVID-19. Our wellness center will still be servicing children, but we will have a separate location for students who have symptoms of COVID-19. If a child tests positive for COVID-19, they must stay home throughout the infection period. The only way we will accept them back in school is if they've been clear of fever without fever-reducing medication for longer than 24 hours, that their symptoms have gotten better, have improved, and if they've been home for 10 days, then we'll be able to accept them back in school. In order to minimize the spread of COVID-19, we also will be using personal protective equipment. Personal protective equipment here at school are things such as desk shields, teacher shields, masks worn, and also parents, if you feel more comfortable sending your child with a face shield as well, you may do so. The masks are required, face shields are not required, but if you want more security and comfort, rest assured they will be allowed to wear a face shield. Remember, parents, our face masks need to be appropriate. We are allowing you to send your child with a face mask. They cannot have any profanity or anything that is inappropriate to be worn at school. We also will be conducting personal protective practices. And in that, what we will do is we will ensure that students are washing their hands for longer, 20 seconds or longer. Parents, we have incorporated 2 hand washing times throughout the day into the schedule teachers will be doing with the students. Each classroom has a sink. We have installed antibacterial soap, so students will be washing their hands at some point in the morning and at some point in the afternoon. On top of all the other times they go to the restroom, we have signs to show them how to properly wash their hands. We will be conducting lessons on Monday when we return to ensure that students are aware, and I know we have conducted several lessons already, and just to ensure that students are aware of the proper hand washing procedures and guidelines set forth by the CDC. Parents, we do have signs posted in the classrooms to remind the students. We also have signs posted in the restrooms to remind the students of the proper way to wash their hands. We also will be reminding them frequently to avoid touching their eyes, nose, and mouth, to ensure that they cover their nose or mouth with a tissue or using their elbow if they cough or they sneeze, that they are not going to be allowed to share any personal items, including pens, pencils, notebooks, and electronics, and they're going to keep all their personal items in their own space. Parents, we will be assigning desks to students that are coming, and they won't be allowed to sit at any other desk except their assigned seat. We also want you to know that we will be conducting any contact tracing. Should we have a positive case of COVID-19 on our campus, I want you to know that we are keeping track of students that are entering the building, of students when they're in the classroom, and who they've been in contact with. This will be really important. In the case that anybody is tested positive, we will have to ensure that anybody coming in contact with them and at high risk will also have to either isolate or quarantine at home as well. Also, parents, we will be social distancing. Everything is set for 6 feet apart. We have stickers throughout the campus in the hallways to remind students to stay 6 feet apart. Again, the teachers will be going over all of these procedures when we return. We do have arrows and decals also on the stairs, one going up one way and coming down the other way to ensure that they stay 6 feet apart. And also, parents, our facility use. I want you to know that in order to decide how many children will fit in a classroom, we had to look at the square footage of the classroom to determine how many desks would fit 6 feet apart. Here at Wilson, we're able to fit 10 desks and 1 teacher desk. Therefore, the max capacity in every classroom is 11. So we will not have more than 11 students in the classroom at a time. We also, parents, have installed hand sanitizer dispensers in every classroom, as well as throughout the building. Students will be encouraged to use hand sanitizer when they enter and when they exit the classroom. We have also, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we've also installed soap dispensers in the classroom as well. As far as restroom, parents, we will only be allowing 1 student in the restroom at a time. If we feel that we might need to increase the amount of students in the restroom, we will ensure that they are 6 feet apart and that our max capacity is not exceeded. Also, parents, I will have an adult in the hallway monitoring the restrooms to ensure that students are properly social distancing when they're in the restroom. Also, parents, I want you to know about our district facility maintenance. The safety of our students is our priority, as you know. And upon reopening, we have disinfected the entire building. We are following daily protocols and daily routines. Part of it is wearing our face coverings and screening and temperature checks, washing hands, and social distancing. But we also want you to know that we have a very detailed way of what will happen in the case that somebody is testing positive or has tested positive for COVID-19. One of the ways that what we will do is we will ensure that there is nobody in that area for 24 to 48 hours. We will ensure that we contact our COVID response district team to come over to help disinfect all the area that may have been contaminated. Our custodial staff does engage in performing deep cleaning and using all established Macallan ISD protocols. in the case of any positive cases and even on a daily basis. Parents, at this time, we will not be allowing visitors to come on campus due to trying to minimize the amount of people and the spread of the virus. So if you do have anything that you want to take care of, parents, we will help you remotely. We will get on a call with you. We can help you virtually. But parents, we will be locking the doors because we will not be allowing anybody to come in. If you do need to come in, please call the office and we can schedule an appointment with you so that we know exactly what time you're here and how we can help you. I want to also remind you, parents, that students will be eating their lunches in the classrooms, and they will stay at their desks. They have to take their masks off, but they still have their student desk shields that they will be keeping in their desk up at all times. I also want to remind you, parents, that we are not allowing any outside deliveries. We are not allowing students to share food in the classroom. And we are ensuring that students, if they want to bring their lunch, they have to bring it in the morning when they come to school. We won't be allowing parents to drop off any lunches at all throughout the day as well. Very important, parents, for you to know before you send your children to school. Also, parents, bus protocols. If your children ride the bus, please know that it's very important that you check their temperature before they get on the bus. They will not be allowed to ride the bus if they have a temperature of over 100.0 degrees. If they do have a temperature that's over 100.0 degrees, they will be sent home with you. Like I said earlier, parents, I cannot stress this enough. If they have a temperature, please don't send them to school. They can still participate remotely as they have been, and they will not be counted absent. Students will be expected to wear face coverings on the bus. The buses will be equipped with proper signage to remind students of how important it is to continue to wear their mask, to social distance, and to be as safe as possible. Also, parents, I want to remind you that we do have signage all throughout the campus, and I did create a separate presentation for you to see visuals of all of the signage that we have throughout the campus. I also want to remind you, parents, that we have a Macallan Isd App. I want to remind you to please get that from the Google Store, Google Play, or the App Store. Download that app. Check off Wilson to make sure that you're getting any messages from Wilson, and stay connected, parents. It's really important, especially now more than ever, that we continue to communicate. We continue to keep the lines of communication open. Parents, I just want to say that we're really excited to have our students return on Monday. It has been so long since we've had them here at school, and we really, really do miss them. I do know that it will be different when we do come back, but we'll get used to it. And together, parents, we can provide the safest environment for our students and for our staff to ensure that we all stay safe during this difficult time, during this pandemic that we are all experiencing. Thank you again, parents, and I truly appreciate all of your support and all of your efforts to help us and support us in keeping our children safe. Once again, parents, I thank you. I look forward to seeing your children on Monday. Our pre-K through second grade students start Monday the 9th, and our third through fifth grade students start Monday, November the 16th. We'll see you then.